Hello, welcome to Polar Cap Reacts. My name is Aaron. This is Austin. We're here to react to the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. Let's watch it right now.
Let's go. This is my chance to prove myself. You got it, homie. You got it. Ooh.
What's that?
Alien tech.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away. Oh, that was awesome.
Got some theory, okay.
Is this thing on top?
No, you've seen that before. Never with that skirt.
Should probably stop staring before it gets creepy, though.
Too late. You guys are losers.
So, to become an Avenger, are there, like, trials or an interview?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Oh.
Alright?
If you want a hug, I'm just grabbing the top for you.
Alright, good luck. Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us? Yeah.
I know you want to save the world. But you're not ready yet. You're the Spider-Man.
No, I'm not. I'm not. This is just a costume. This is for the ceiling.
Close to the ground. And stay out of trouble.
Oh, shit.
Forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm sick of him treating me like a kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Best kid ever.
Peter, what is going on with you? I'm really sorry. I'm so busy. I'm slammed.
Don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
Oh, man.
That's my boy.
Flying together. Gliding together.
I'm sorry, if you want never watch this channel again, I understand. Anyway, no,
That was
that was the
that was the bomb.
This is Spider-Man as we need him in the MCU. This was
Yes.
Nice.
I'm speakless.
I
I don't even know what to say about it.
well, I'm very speechful, so I'm going to talk about this.
You go ahead. I will listen.
This is okay. The way I've seen it, as I always said before, whether you like Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, for me personally, Andrew had the perfect Spider-Man. He had the wisecracking, fun-loving guy that just enjoyed doing what he does. And then Tobey Maguire, I felt, really handled the Peter Parker aspects, the kind of socially awkward guy who's just trying to get by, that stumbles over his own feet. And I feel like from what we saw from... I'm giddy right now, in case you can't tell. And from what we saw with Civil War and what we're seeing in this trailer, it's like the perfect blend. I feel like Tom Holland, he really kind of captures that. He is kind of that awkward guy that's just trying to do the right thing. But I think you can tell that he really, when he puts on the mask, he really feels like he is more. Which personally, what I like about Spider-Man is that it's never like with Batman, where it's just like the Bruce Wayne, who's like the playboy, and then the Batman, who's the dark vigilante. Spider-Man is as much Peter Parker as he is Spider-Man. One is no more of a mask than the other, and I just feel like Tom Holland, he's getting it, man. He's just it was like the awkward thing where Tony tries to open the door and he tries to hug him. He's like, I'm not hugging you, I'm just open the door.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and it's just Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's gonna
Yeah,
be
it
fun.
seems like he's gonna play a bigger role in this film that even I had expected him to play. Like I didn't expect, because we knew that he was gonna be in it.
Yeah.
It was announced that he was gonna be in the Spider-Man movie. But it looks like he's basically his mentor in this iteration. Like he's gonna be, his mentor.
Yeah. And one thing I want to one thing I was kind of worried about is that because even though Spider-Man, let's be honest, is one of the most popular superheroes and iconic superheroes of all time.
Yep.
The popularity of his movies has kind of been up and down.
Yeah.
So my fear was that Marvel. Wow, I feel like, is my voice shaking? I feel like
Yes.
it is. This is
This is a big moment for us.
This is Spider-Man. I know I said in our Guardians of the Galaxy video that I'm more of a DC guy, but Spider-Man always has been and probably always will be my favorite superhero.
Yep.
So I'm very excited. But I was saying that I feel one of the things I was afraid of is that with the kind of up and downness of his films,
Yeah.
I felt like they were just knowing that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be here. That I felt like they were going to try to sell this too much as a Iron Man and Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
But from this trailer, even though he isn't a lot, it still very much feels like this is a Spider-Man
Yeah,
movie.
kind of like Captain America Civil War. I
Yeah.
mean, you had all those characters in Captain America Civil War,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still a Captain America movie.
Yeah.
One thing that I want to kind of point out. Actually, you know what? Go on. I forgot it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep talking. And one thing about is the Vulture. The Vulture.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
The Vulture,
I'm trying
when
to-
he comes in.
when he. Oh, that one.
That was pretty cool. When his he presses the spider and the suit kind of just falls
Yeah,
off.
just that moment of his friend. Do we have the IMDb? I'm not sure about the actor's name, but his friend who's playing the character, Ned Leeds, who's also a classic character in the Spider-Man comics. It's interesting that they put him around the same age in kind of a best friend role. That's usually not how Ned Leeds is played. I
Ned
mean,
Leeds.
he and Peter have a camaraderie together, but they're usually not around the same age. But so it's interesting that they put him around that. But also one thing, just the comedy. One thing that got the comedy. One thing that kind of threw me off about Andrew Garfield is that while Spider-Man is a wisecracking character, he's not necessarily it's not necessarily from a place of arrogance or like Tony Stark,
Yeah.
which I personally, again, this is me being a super technical Spider-Man fanboy. I felt a little bit of, from Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, there wasn't enough of, one thing I like about Tom Holland's humor is that it's equally him trying to be funny and then his just reactions of I'm just a normal guy in these crazy situations
Yeah.
kind of thing going on. And so that's what I felt like, one, with him at the beginning with the robbery. It's like, hey, you guys aren't the real Avengers. Like with the guy with the
Yeah.
thugs with the Avengers mask, that was funny, but also with him with Ned Leeds. So he's like, I'm not Spider-Man, and like his suit drops and you see he's all cut up and ripped. He's
The
like,
typical Marvel
it's
shot.
like, yeah, it's like I'm not Spider-Man. You see his elbow, but it's like, yeah, you are. Don't. But no, Vulture. You were about to say something about Go
Vulture
ahead.
looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Just
I mean, he does. He looks pretty cool.
Mhm.
Michael Keaton
like,
is
time.
playing the Vulture.
It's Batman. /
Perfect casting.
Birdman is the Vulture.
Yeah, Birdman is the Vulture. If you haven't seen Birdman, I highly suggest you do. It's a very quirky movie. Did you ever see it?
I saw bits of it.
Yeah,
I didn't see all of it. I do want to watch all
it's
of
not everyone's cup of tea, but I mean, it was okay. He was really good in it though. That's why I wanted to kind of pull that movie out. Is that he?
it. Mike Keaton is good.
And that movie was actually basically making fun of superhero
Superhero
films,
movies, yeah.
and then he joins the superhero film. But that just shows what type of project we have on our hands here.
Yeah.
But another thing that I kind of want to segue into is we have an international version of this
We
trailer.
do. Wait, okay, first,
What you got?
I want to drop some knowledge about
Right.
the Vulture, because I know a lot of people may not be too familiar with him as they are some of Spider-Man's bigger villains like Venom or Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Vulture, actually, I found, is actually kind of an interesting character. He's an older guy, which you can kind of guess by Michael Keaton's casting, but
Yeah.
which he's a character who, I think, at his core, is a character that feels powerless and wants to take power back. In pretty much all versions of his origin story, he actually harness the wings that he uses to fly, and it actually gives him kind of a little bit of super strength too.
Oh.
He was actually cheated out of his technology, whether it's from his business partner or I don't know, in the Spectacular Spider-Man anime series, it was Norman Osborn. Somehow he was cheated out of his technology and of his inventions and things like that. And so
Yeah.
basically his whole thing is that he became a criminal because he wanted to feel powerful again. He didn't want to feel like he could just be walked over. And so that's a very interesting aspect. I know Marvel has kind of less than safe track record with some of their villains, at least in the films.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. Is since Spider-Man is such a big character, even outside of the MCU, are they going to take more time to develop his villains?
Right.
And so that's another thing that I'm interested to see about.
Yeah,
Vulture.
because see, the deal was with this whole Spider-Man, because he's still owned by Sony.
Mm-hmm.
He's not owned by Marvel.
Still owned by Sony.
He's still owned by Sony, but because of some issues, Sony made a deal with Marvel to coincide in the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still very much on the Sony side, but he is also
allowed to go over to Marvel's backyard. If you
exactly.
like. Basically, he lives in Sony's house, but he's allowed to go play over with the Avengers. So that's
a good way of putting
the
it.
most simple way to put it.
But Austin, be quiet, because here's the other version.
We have an international trailer which dropped around here, and apparently has, although not completely different, it has some new bits of dialogue and some more tiny snippets of footage. So we're gonna watch that, see how different it is. I don't care because I just want to watch Spider-Man.
I just want Spider-Man.
So we're gonna do that.
Okay.
This is my chance to prove myself.
On to Ruse!
Hey everyone. I get to keep this suit?
Of course. Doesn't fit me. Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You aren't the real Avengers.
Suit looks good practically too.
But this does not mean you're an Avenger, in case you were wondering.
Oh.
It's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the toe for you. Okay. Good luck out there. The world's changing, boys. Time will
Shocker.
change, too. Listen, Peter, forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm so sick of them treating me like a kid.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
That's awesome.
So it was, it was pretty much the same thing, but it had
A little few pieces.
it had some more nuggets in there, like some dialogue between Shocker, who was played by Harry Bokine.
Right.
Got his name
I
right.
let you
Didn't even
pronounce
look at it.
because I was not going to pronounce that right, so I just let you take it.
Bokine. And if I mispronounced it, his name will be right here.
Exactly.
You're welcome. Anyways, he was in there. He plays the Shocker, who's another Spider-Man villain, but he had a little bit of a dialogue between him
And the Vulture.
and the Vulture, played by
Adrian. No crap. No, Michael Keaton. Adrian
Michael
Toomes is the
Keaton.
character.
See, man, I set you up there.
You did.
That's okay.
I hate you.
We forgive
Sure.
you. Yeah. So, do you have any other thoughts? I think we
not-
pretty much ran through it all.
I think what they did with Vulture's costume is a nice balance.
Yeah.
In terms
talk about
of
that.
what the MCU does, not to, they still try to keep it within the realms of the comic books, but MCU has very practical feel. Like even again comparing to like the DCU, EU, and this isn't to say that one is better than the other. Just comparison, DC, what they're doing, they're very much. I feel like there's more of a comic book feel.
Yeah.
Like if I look at the DC characters, I like those are comic book characters. I look at the characters in the Marvel film, I'm like, these are comic characters who were taking it to a more real world setting.
Mhm.
Which again, that's not to say that one is superior to the other.
Right.
That's just to say Marvel, I think they try to put more realism to their costumes and stuff like that. Like even like Falcon, look at his costume compared to what it is in the comics. Very different.
Yes.
So it's just interesting to see.
More
He has-
mechanical.
he has these giant wings and these.
And even
turbines
Spider-Man's
and stuff.
costume is very mechanical
Yeah,
in a way.
he's got the lens eyes and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, but it looks very good. I'm still
I
very
am-
excited and jittery.
Literally speechless. I don't even know what to say. I have to watch this so many more times
Agreed.
just to get a real opinion. But I mean, overall, I dug it. I
Yeah.
love Spider-Man. So yeah, I'm excited.
I am extremely
So
excited.
thank you for watching this video. Let us know what you think about Spider-Man, the Vulture, whoever in the comments section below. We would love to read it. You just got to put it there.
Yeah.
Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and until next time, see you later. Alright, that's enough.